doubt. Hopefully we'll be trying one of them. Got the garage for all the Waymo cars waiting to go and do the pickups, no doubt. Hopefully we'll be trying one of them a little bit later on in the day. Wow. Teas.
We took a picture of the driver. You took a picture, didn't you?
Of what?
Of the driverless cars.
Yeah.
And you send it to John and said, I've got these driverless cars.
Quiet and peaceful. So Pier 33 Alcatraz landing. So we've got here Wednesday morning. Unfortunately the tours are not on today, they're doing some sort of training course, so we've booked our tickets online to hopefully go across tomorrow at 9:40. We will let you know how things develop on that score, but it does give gusty winds for tomorrow, so that's ideally how we, or why we would have liked to have gone today. Anyway, I'm sure there's plenty of other things we can be doing.
Okay.
And start.
Hello from Waymo. As we get going, just give us 1 minute to cover a few riding tips. This experience may feel futuristic, but the need to buckle up is the same as always. so keep your seatbelt fastened, please. If
What
you're
we're
traveling
thinking.
with little ones or expecting, please see the seatback card for more information. We'll do all.
Let's just put good luck.
Clever stuff, isn't it?
I said thanks, it's very strange.
Well, it isn't, it isn't.
Steering wheel keeps moving.
Well, of course. It's... I was amazed how fast they were going yesterday when I was on. And I hate to say it, how pretty nonplussed other drivers were about it. I mean, they're everywhere. Look, there's another two coming in. Different. There's one. There's two. And there's another one coming from the other direction. You can see him. Oh, this is so exciting. I'm going to come to California just for this. Got to be one of the most surreal yet futuristic things. I mean, we come to a four-way stop, and it can sense what arrived there first, I presume, so it knows when it's our turn to go. As long as everybody else does. Oh my goodness, going up.
Some nice houses out there.
You don't get quite the in the car the steepness of this hill in front of us. What?
Never be able to walk up here. I'll take a horizontal.
12 minutes before we get there. It's a good ride for $20.
I don't like this. I don't trust this at all.
Yeah. But it knew that car was nearly going to pull out on us. Wow, this is just... This is the California you come to see. Well, this is a San Francisco you come to see. With all the... Oh, Jesus.
God.
Going down.
What's up with that? What, going up or going down?
Oh, the brakes work.
It's relaxing, so put them to me. God, that's the
I was going to say,
I didn't like these.
we thought the going up was okay, but the going down, yeah. There it goes.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so where these, I think the painted lady houses are behind us up there. So these are the famous painted lady houses, apparently. I think one of them is open. We're in the park just across from them. The Waymo that we got just dropped us off on the corner just down that side to the left. Apparently there's a free exhibit in the pink painted lady. I'll have to get across and see if that's open. Just taking a view around our area. This is just some sort of recreational park opposite. are. Our first full day in San Francisco. What are we thinking?
Tiring.
Tired.
Very hilly. Turn around now.
Yeah, great views from up here. So we've took a Waymo to the junction of Steiner Street and Broadway, where apparently this is the Mrs. Doubtfire house. Very quiet around here. Don't know what we're expecting. It's very hilly. But what people don't get is the actual view. There we go. So that's supposedly it. 2640 Steiner Street. There we go. It's private residence now, so but look at this for a view over the bay. Yeah, amazing. So yeah, we took a Waymo up from the painted lady's house up here. That cost us $13 in total. And now we're going to find a way now to get back down to the Bay Area and the piers. So we're in the Jihad Deli shop, looking at everything that we shouldn't be buying. Sat on a boat in San Francisco waiting to go out on a tour, 60-minute tour around under the Golden Gate Bridge and around Alcatraz Island.
Drop me off.
Yeah. Very witty.
Welcome aboard. Today we are headed out on a cruise around the San Francisco Bay. We'll voyage out under the Golden Gate Bridge, around famous Alcatraz Island, and get a unique seaside view of the beautiful city on the bay. From San Francisco to Alcatraz to the Golden Gate Bridge and beyond, we'll be covering a lot of territory today, a lot of history and a lot of stories. San Francisco is a port city, a city with salt water in her veins. Take a good look, my friends, for this is no ordinary view. Now, The first thing I want you to do is take a deep breath and fresh breathe. But hold on tight. The water can get choppy, even on the calmest days. So be careful if you are walking around the deck.
Folks, welcome aboard. All Blue, snack bar located on the main deck. Beer, wine, cocktails, lots of drink specials. Just candy, soda, juices, water, coffee, tea, hot chocolate. So head on down the main deck, snack bar.
To the right of Fort Mason, you can see the Marina District. The rows of elegant homes make the marina look like solid ground. But don't be fooled. The Marina District is actually land reclaimed from the bay. It is built on tidal flats that were filled in to create a temporary city for the Panama Pacific International Exposition of 1915. Look for the large, dusty orange dome building set in from the shore. It is the Palace of Fine Arts, and the only building from the Pan Pacific Expo that remains today. American architect Bernard Maybach designed it in its distinctive. Today, the Presidio is now under the protection of the National Park Service, and many of the historic military homes are restored into housing for local residents. It is a popular destination for hikes. If you like moving, it is a location of Industrial Light and Magic, the special effects company that made unforgettable films like Star Wars, the Indiana Jones series, and Pirates of the Caribbean. California's immense wealth of gold and silver against intruders. However, no intruders ever came. And, like every other fort around the bay, Fort Point has never fired a shot in anger. Today, park rangers in full Civil War uniform give tours of the fort daily. They even teach you how to load and fire a Civil War cannon.
Su atención, por favor. Estamos acercándonos a aguas turbulentas bajo el puente Golden Gate. Por favor, siéntese y sosténgase.
Hey, folks, hold on while we make our turn. Hold on.
El capitán anunciará cuando sea seguro el poder mover.
As it stands, but try to imagine it not being there. When plans for the bridge were first proposed, many said it couldn't be built. Some even said it shouldn't be built. Early environmentalists didn't like the idea of a bridge they believed would ruin the natural beauty of the Golden Gate. American author Catherine Gerald was one of many who expressed opposition at the time.
When you have one of the most romantic approaches in all geography, why spoil it? In the interest of your own uniqueness, dear San Francisco, do not bridge the Golden Gate.
The War Department in Washington, D.C. objected by claiming that it would be a serious hazard to airplane navigation. Well, despite the protests, there were many people who wanted the bridge. First among the supporters was the engineer Joseph Behrman Strauss. He not only designed the bridge, he was obsessed with it. He wasn't a man to give in to an engineering challenge or political opposition.
Objects of Art Deco art that was ever created, and the scale is just immense. The tower is over 700 feet in height, the main span 4,200 feet long. No one had ever built a bridge like this before. Some people say you can never build it again.
Finally, the road itself starting at both ends and working toward the middle to keep the bridge in balance. It's easy to describe, so it's far from easy to accomplish. Imagine working there day after day, in the cold, in the sun, in the rain. On major construction projects in one day, experience has shown that one workman usually dies for every minute directly ahead. Once, the only creatures that lived on that barren rock were flocks of pelicans. In fact, that's where Alcatraz got its name. The Spanish named the island after the pelicans, Los Alcatrazes. The U.S. Army decided Alcatraz Island was the perfect place for a fort to defend the bay from invaders. But this cold and windy rock was such an unpleasant place that they changed their minds. It was now the perfect place for a military prison, and eventually a federal penitentiary. It was a time when gangsters were becoming heroes to people. The government needed to send a message that crime did not pay, so they created Alcatraz, the very last stop in the country's prison system, the place to send the worst criminals of all.
Yeah, my name is Leon Whitey Thompson. My number was 1465, AZ 1465. I was a man that had total hatred in them days. I hated anything that walked the crawl on this earth. And when you got a man like that in prison, you got to get rid of him. And that's what they did. They shipped me to Alcatraz.
These were hard men, kidnappers, bank robbers, killers, men so dangerous that when the first batch arrived by train in 1934, not one was allowed to step down onto free soil. They simply loaded the train cars, one by one, onto barges, and floated them out to the island with the inmates chained up inside. Rumor was that if a man died on Alcatraz, his corpse would leave the same way, stone cold dead, but in chains. With men like these, you could never be too careful. The building you see on top of the hill was the inmate's new home, the Alcatraz cell house. One described it as a tomb of living souls. Some would stay for a year, others for 20 or 25 years or more. To get an idea of the accommodations inside, go ahead and reach your arms out as far as you can from side to side. That's how wide an Alcatraz cell is, only 5 feet across. Now reach your hands up high above your head. That's how tall, and only a bit longer from end to end. The cell house might look huge from here, but it was never completely filled. No more than 300 inmates lived inside at any time. 300. They could all fit on this boat ride today.
So we'll try again on our trip over to Alcatraz day after. Right. So we've just got off the cable car in downtown San Francisco. We don't really know what we're doing. That looks so nice. I'd give it a 7 out of 10.